All right, everybody. Welcome to our pregame webinar. My name is Peter with Airstudio, and I talk a lot, so I'm sure all of you guys have seen me before. We are joined with some guests here today. Oh, and also with my normal sidekick is, of course, Scott, one of our partners. And we've got a couple new guests that along for the ride and to talk about some of the things we and they are doing at SPAC next week. So we've got Matt with GotPhoto, and we've got Tim with GotPhoto and Image Art Studios. So you may be wondering why we're joined with people from GotPhoto and Airstudio. That's because one of the big things that we're releasing here at SPAC next week is our integration with GotPhoto. So seeing we're all one big happy family now, and I'm going to show you guys that today. We wanted to have Matt and Tim join us. And I think we're all very excited about SPAC next week. So Matt, why don't you say a little hello to the people?
Hello, everybody. Peter, Scott, yes, thanks for having us on. As always, it's the best time of year. I like this more than Christmas because I get to go to Vegas and see everybody and hang out and get out of my little cage here. But we're so excited about this integration, being able to take what we do best, which is on the e-com side, and take what y'all do best, which is that whole CRM piece. And now we're truly creating that end-to-end solution. And so we're pumped about this partnership and excited to show it off next week.
We are too. We are too. Tim, did you want to add anything?
I certainly do, Peter. Thanks, Scott. This is amazing. I've had the I've fortunate ability to go through Airstudio over the last couple of months, and it's been pretty much everything that I think many GotPhoto users are looking for, and it's checking almost all the boxes. And I know you guys are just in the beginning phase, but it's been wonderful to really go through it and to actually meet you and Scott and Matt's involved with this too. So it's really been a game changer, so to speak, for that level of it. So regardless, I'm super excited to learn much more about it. And thank you for having me on this webinar. Always appreciate it.
Thanks for joining. Scott, what about you? Did you want to add anything here before we start diving in?
Well, I feel flattered to hear all those great things because we are so excited about the partnership as well. And it really does make an end-to-end solution. And that's about, I'll let you finish it up, Peter. But
sounds great. Yeah, I've been in this business, as so many people that are on this call and in this industry, been in this business a long time and been in multiple levels of it. And this has always been the studio management piece has always been one of those things that you end up kind of jury rigging together. You have
Right.
an application that partially solves some of the problems. In fact, as we've been talking to people and meeting people over the last couple of years, as Airstudio has been evolving into what it is today, that's one of the things I see more often than not, where you've taken something that maybe is designed to schedule haircuts and you bend it to your will to make it work for you. And then you have a whole bunch of spreadsheets to handle equipment, and you got this to handle that. Most people are using multiple applications to do things, and nothing talks to anyone. As well, you've also got a lot of people that are developing it through paper and actually still running that, because you can count on paper. So it's fun for me as someone who used to operate a studio to see that full circle. And with this GotPhoto integration, I think this takes it to a whole other level.
Absolutely.
So,
There's so many great CRMs out there, right? I was
mhm.
just at Imaging um, uh, beginning of this week, and there's great tools out there. But with what we're working on with y'all and what y'all are bringing to the table is like dialed in for our industry, and that's why we're so keen when y'all approached us about this to make it happen.
Well, and
well,
it's funny.
it has been developed in a with studios in mind in a studio. It's being tested. The testing platform is a studio that's got 100 plus 150 schools, and then we are committed to rolling in changes. It evolves on a weekly basis. So, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes Peter and I'll go into demo it and we'll say, "What is that? That's so cool!"
Yep.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
the programming guys are really on the fly going and throwing stuff in, and then they get inspired when they see something. They're like, "Yeah, I've got another idea for that." So anyway,
And we are a homegrown operation, and it's important to us that we hear from you as to what you guys want. So you guys that are in the webinar, some of you have attended, I've seen you've attended pretty much all the webinars we've done. So you're studying and learning what we've got now. And we truly appreciate the feedback, even if it's feedback of, hey, you know what, guys, this should be changed in this direction. So we want to continue to build this to be the best product possible. Our head engineer, Dave, and I always laugh because I love it when there's been 2 or 3 times, even this week, where I made a suggestion about this that I heard from talking to one of you or somebody else. And Dave said, that's a great idea. That makes sense. I said, well, do you want me to put in a ticket? He said, no, I'm just going to do this today. And all of a sudden it's there. He had a change to an export. I said, if we had this on here, he said, oh yeah, why didn't we have that before? Let's put it in.
Knowledge managers love those, by the way. And I'm being very sarcastic because I get chastised at times working on things like that. Like, oh, we put this in. It's like, why didn't you tell me when? It's like, because we just thought of it today.
Yeah, exactly. So before I jump into the demo, just a quick run through, guys, what we're going to do. I'm going to run the demo of the GotPhoto integration so that you can see it. Then we're going to go into just a quick overview of what Airstudio is doing at SPAC, what you can expect, and a few informational pieces like that. And I'm going to open the floor for Matt and Tim as far as what you guys are doing with GotPhoto so we can share things. And then also at the end, we're going to open the floor for questions, and that's sort of the route we're going to go with this. So I'm going to dive right into the demo unless you guys had anything else you needed to add before I go into that.
I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Sounds good. All right. So
me too.
Here we go. I'm going to assume everyone can see my screen. I'm going to hope everyone can see my screen. They could see it when I tested it before. So welcome to Airstudio. For those of you who haven't seen it before, I've loaded you guys into the schedule screen because that's where Airstudio comes in at first. And as you can see here, we've got a number of different jobs that are loaded. We're in our demo environment with a number of different schools. I will give you a quick view of things like this calendar. You're seeing it in a list form. You can also see it in an employee form where you can see what each of your people are doing. You can also see it in a regular, more Google style integration, which, by the way, we're launching a Google Calendar integration in the next couple weeks as well, or back into the list form where you can see everything you need to know, including who you're assigning. If you've got equipment attached to the jobs, you can do that. And if it's an advanced schedule, a bookable job where your end clients are booking, you see sort of what the categories are in there. Where I want to jump to with the GotPhoto side is in the organizations first. So let's make a new one here. This is a list of your schools. So everybody has this list of schools, and in GotPhoto, the organization lists exist within your contact list. I won't go into detail of how GotPhoto manipulates or has contacts versus organizations, but the organization or the league or whatever it is all based in here. So what I want to show you is we go through and we make a new organization. So we're adding a new school. And whether we're bringing this in, I'm bringing this in as a one-off. Obviously, you wouldn't do that. You'd bring in all your schools at once. And because this is synchronous, it's going to travel both ways between GotPhoto and you. Don't worry, it's coming, everybody. So let's just watch. So well, let's call it Webinar Elementary. And we'll give it an account manager. Who do we want? I think there's a logo, Lucas Ford. And we're going to make this account. Obviously, there's a whole bunch more detail. And Airstudio, because it's your CRM, can assign any number of different details that you want to save relating to your organizations. It's a critical part of the system right there. So I save this, and now I'm going to go take a look at this new school that I've just saved. So as you can see, there's more than one, but we're going to go to Webinar Elementary, and you see I've got my GotPhoto link. So I'm going to press that nice little button. Dun, dun, dun. And as I said, Dave never likes it when I do things live, but I love doing things live. It just keeps it interesting. Were you holding your breath there, Scott?
I didn't want to jinx it.
Sounds gross, man.
I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing.
I know. What can I
it
say?
Should work.
I'm reckless when I'm behind a computer and a mountain bike. What I just wanted to show is that this has now been created. Obviously, I don't have detail attached to it, but that's how synchronous this runs, where your schools that you're creating in Airstudio are created in GotPhoto and vice versa. Currently, we've got it so that it synchronizes once every, I think we got it every half hour, every hour. Obviously, as this increases, those synchronizations will go further. But the beauty of it is that school is now here. And changes that you make in Airstudio will pass all the way in. Had I added the address and the contact person, notes, all those things would be in both instances, giving you the freedom for having your staff be able to answer a question in GotPhoto or in Airstudio. If you're wanting to look at, who shot it, all those things, you got it in Airstudio, but the bouncing back and forth is simple and straightforward. The next part of it revolves around the subjects, because obviously you've also got subjects attached to each one of these jobs. Matt, or Tim, I always call it jobs. And one of the things that I laugh about in our industry is we all call the same things different things. Is it classed as a job in GotPhoto? Because I'm still learning GotPhoto. You guys will all have to bear with me.
The shoot or the event, whatever terminology, that's the job. So it's like organization, job is the hierarchy.
Okay, sounds good. So we've got organization. You can see that that's synchronous. We have subject groups within Airstudio. Subject group is a group of subjects that are going to be photographed at a specific time or are going to access a photography service by your studio. So I've picked one here, Hubbard Woods, because of the fact I'm not going to do this live. Nobody has to be nervous. Because of the fact that we're talking about 395 subjects, we're talking about images. I didn't want to try and do that in a live environment, but it gives you an idea. I'm dropping into the subject group, and in here you have all the billing details. If you have collected money for them, depending on what they're booking, whether it's an underclass or a senior job, all that is in here, along with specific details of their history. Everything you need to know is here. Plus, you've got this lovely GotPhoto link that is now going to take us into their job in GotPhoto. Bam, you've got the job here. And this job is actually is a live job that's existing. So you've got order values, you've got links to your subjects, and all of this information is synchronous back and forth between Airstudio and GotPhoto. Yes, we're excited. So we have one component that our developers are just finishing, and that is the synchronization of the order detail. Obviously a very important part, because if you haven't thought about it already, all those of you who are watching, who are GotPhoto clients, the ability to have all that synchronized in one place, along with what I showed you at the beginning, your schedules, allows you that ability to develop your reporting to a whole new level. We use AI reporting, and we're currently still developing the full magnitude of that because our integration with GotPhoto is very new. But the idea being, now you've got everything in one place. You've got how much it cost you, what did you send for salaries? What did you send for commissions, cost? Even if you wanted to, how much time did you equate to selling? Because Airstudio supports the idea of stage selling to turn an account from a potential account to a current account.
Well, we also, and I just wanted to add, Peter, with the workflow tools, we're building in costing of, you could keep track of how much you spend on ID cards and how much everything could be in there.
I know
and how much time your production people spend on each task. So at one point, you should be able to ask our AI bot, how much did I make on Hubbard Wood School when you're all done? And it'll say, this is what you brought in and this is what you spent. So
and we were talking about that last week as a former school photographer as well. You do some of those schools, you're like, did I even make money on this one? And and it's like now, like bringing it all together, because so many you bootstrap together all these systems to make it work. Now having it in one location is going to be so powerful.
Tim, I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit, being that person who has worked, with GotPhoto for a long time, is also a studio and has gotten the initial steps. We've just been onboarding Tim in the last couple of weeks, working with Airstudio, as you mentioned. I'd love to hear your feedback of where you see the value, if there's anything more you wanted to add.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I feel like I know about 8% of Airstudio because I've just been working with Scott and you and Angie on a few things. And I know there's obviously 90% of it that I'm missing that we're obviously going to implement as soon as we possibly can. But just like kind of a little bit of game changers, Scott and I just went over something last week. And, for a lot of our youth sports, we put out a pre-order and we collect money up front from people. And, I just kind of thought, well, wait a minute, instead of going outside into something else, maybe this is something that Airstudio could do. Scott took the time to walk me through this, that it is possible to push out a generalized link, collect that session fee up front, and it's seamlessly integrated with GotPhoto. So it's almost building those subjects in and those contacts in live time, which is like enormous. All of the employees in us in the studio were just looking at each other like, holy crap. So obviously all these different light bulbs are going to go off as we keep moving through this. And me just sitting here and learning is amazing. And kind of like what Matt just said, there's a lot of times where we're looking at a job and we're like, are we photographing that school next year? How much do they do? And then it's just, no, we're not going to do that one next year. Anyway, to have it all together is super wild. And forgive me, Peter, but I am learning as you go. Like I said, I truly only know 10 to 50%, and what I know is fantastic. So I'm definitely eager to learn more and to just be on this ride.
100%. Sorry to put you on the spot. One of the things
no. This is great.
Cool. One of the things that I've really, as someone who has run a studio and is running a small studio right now, I've got that on the side. My daughter's doing most of the running of it and operating in Airstudio. That combination of the pre and post notifications and building those in together, as well as the pre and post collection of funds, has had some real magic to things. I love there. She's in her senior section, right, or senior part of the year right now. We call them grads up in Canada. And added in a couple of pre-orders, which she had never done before because she didn't actually collect in advance. And in doing so, generated huge magnitude. The example, I guess we could say, is digital downloads, where she used to sell those as an all digital downloads for a couple $100. Last year, out of the 500 grads seniors she photographed, there was 10, maybe 12 orders for that package. This year, she added it on, and in the 500 that she's scheduled so far, she got well over 140 orders for that before photos even started. So, it's beautiful. And then in addition to that, you've got the ability to program in policies, no-show policies, cancellation policies, and have those things be agreed to when they book. And then it's just charged. It's another whole revenue stream, and we've got at least one or two studios that this alone has paid for their Airstudio cost. So lots of things that we can do, and this integration with the e-commerce side just adds a whole other level to what studio management as a whole can be. So. We are, I know we've said it a bunch of times, but we are really excited about it. So come down to see us at the booth. Come down to see the guys over at GotPhoto booth. I don't know what's your booth number, Matt or Tim? Do you know?
Oh, that is a.
Isn't that a good
look for the giant hanging GotPhoto?
Big giant GotPhoto.
Yeah, booth number one. We're number one.
Number one. I like awesome. It, Tim. All right,
it'll be hard to miss.
We're 114.
Our bid manager. 114.
Yeah,
you put me on the spot. I should have looked that up.
We're starting our tour towards domination. So we're still down. We're still down there a little way.
So. After last year, Charisse is awesome booth, but it's almost like this ivory tower to school photography. It was quite tall in that space. So so you can't miss us.
Okay, perfect. Well, let me walk through a little bit. I know we talked about this being a pre-event. And I played with the idea. I drive a truck, so I was thinking about doing it as a tailgate party, sort of the pre-party.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but there's a howling wind blowing right now that I don't think all you'd hear is so I thought, that might, although maybe some people would prefer that. I don't know. We won't go into that. SPAC is coming up next week. I'm sure all of you or most of you are as excited as me and Matt and Tim and Scott are. It's like coming back home. In this world of virtual meetings that we have, which enables a lot of wonderful things, there is just something special about getting back to see people. And all of us that have been in this business a while, and all of you who are newer to the business, it's a melting pot of conversation, knowledge. I actually find it funny because I think they put on an amazing array of talks and information. But I think as much is learned in that upstairs hallway as is in the classrooms, like that interaction with people, the openness that you're going to see of sharing between the companies that have 300 schools, happy to talk to the companies that have 20 schools or 10 schools or are just starting out. It really is a warm, inviting environment to go through. So for us, for Airstudio, number one, Scott, I don't know if he's in the left corner for you guys, but he is for me. Thursday at 1:45. Oh, he's over there for you? Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do. He's
Perfect.
moving.
Actually, no, I'm pointing the wrong way.
Okay.
My
The
camera's
Matrix.
flipped down
There
there.
is no spoon, but there is a Scott.
Yes.
Think about that for a minute.
Schrodinger Scott?
Schrodinger Scott. I like it. I like it. Scott's presentation is 1:45 Sonoma Bee on Thursday. It's talking about booking your most profitable schools, a way to analyze that. Scott, is there anything you wanted to add about your talk?
No, that covers it. Just how to analyze what schools you're making money on and how to market to them.
Yep. Again, one of those things we want to help you guys as you're growing and make sure that you're putting your efforts into the right, chasing the right kind of business. Airstudio, we've got a demo suite because, of course, the trade show floor is very busy. Yes, we have our booth, which is 114 because we're not number one yet, but we're getting there. But after the webinar tomorrow morning, all of you that are attending, I'll send off a link so that you can book a time in the demo suite, even if you just want to sit down and talk. We've got a real big mix between people that have booked that are wanting to look at it for the first time, or some of our customers that just want to have some time to go through stuff and work through. The one thing with our product is that it's got a lot of facets to it. It's got a lot of features. As Tim said, he's worked through a few hours with us, but has scratched the surface on what's available to you. And one of the beautiful things is that you can take it one piece at a time, start using one component of it, add another until you're using all of it. But we're quite happy to work with you in any way, shape, or form. We got a few things going on at our booth. We got a nice, fun little prize wheel. You can meet Nimbus, our new mascot. You probably saw him in the waiting room wallpaper, as long as I added the waiting room wallpaper correctly. And one of our special items that we've got going on with SPAC is that if you sign up with Airstudio during the conference, instead of just a single month for your trial period, we'll bump that up to 2 months at no charge, give you a real chance to get in there. We know that once you spend a little bit of time in our system, you're going to love it and want to go further. So, Matt and Tim, did you want to share anything about what GotPhoto is doing at SPAC?
So someone kindly messaged me the booth number.
Oh, that's good.
It is 309.
Oh, you're not number one? Oh.
Well, we're number one in everyone's hearts. Or number two.
Exactly.
Y'all are number. We'll compete for number one.
I like it.
So yeah, we've got the big square. Yep, like I said, you'll see us for sure. So Wednesday is going to be super busy for us. We've got our GotPhoto Day. It's all day programming, both for current customers and people interested. It's we'll have a lot of people coming through there. Really excited about that. GotPhoto is sponsoring and handling the SPAC yearbook photos this year. So we'll be
cool.
set up. Yeah, we'll be set up in the hallway, and then also at our booth. So come by and get that done. Also the capture solutions event that's on Wednesday. We'll be in there with also a lot of Wednesday workflow, I think, walkthrough.
Yeah, I think that's what they're calling it.
And a lot of our awesome competitors will all be in there, showing off all our different capture awesome options. Then, of course, we've got our hospitality suite Friday night. Swing on by. And then on Friday as well, we've got a lunch and learn. James, our CEO, will be speaking, and a few other people as well. Just talking about state of industry, what's going on with GotPhoto, getting feedback, so as well, right? Because we always want to be building the right things, right? Y'all were all talking about being this call, talking about that, right? Right, getting feedback from users and being like, oh, okay, this is where we need to be putting our attention, not what we think, but it's what y'all think. So really excited about SPAC this year. We've got a lot of things going on for sure.
For sure. Tim, have you got anything you wanted to add, or is that all? Did Matt cover it all?
Matt covered it all. He's very accurate. I think this is a very important one to go to this year. I got to be honest. I think there's a lot of innovation in the industry. And I think if people are really serious about volume photography, now's the time to do it, because we all got to up our game. there's a lot of scary competitors that aren't really human beings, and we all have to keep up with what's going on. And I think now is the year to do it. So get your ass to Vegas and let's have some fun.
Exactly. Got anything
That
you
should
want
be
to add?
that should be SPAC's
No,
tagline.
It should be.
couldn't
Get your
top
ass to
that.
Vegas.
Someone message Corey. We figured it out. We've hacked
Exactly. That is the new catchphrase. Tim, you've done it. Better put a patent on it right now. So,
All right, done.
all right. Yeah, we're really excited. Come down and see us at Airstudio. We got a whole bunch of new stuff. I didn't even go into a lot of detail with that because I want you to come down and see it. But we've got our new phone app, and we've got
Nice.
Google Calendar integration. We've got obviously the GotPhoto integration. We do have other integrations in the way in through, and we'd be happy to show you everything. As I said, I'll send you off a link to book a private demo if you'd like. And I think before we close completely, I'll open the floor if anybody has any questions they want to ask us right now. So we'll open it up and see if everybody is taking it. Is everybody's quiet or whether somebody has something to say? Roger is very excited. Neil put up his hand. You'll have to type in the question, Neil. I don't think I have it that I can hear you. Oh, I can. Look at that. There we go. Hey, Neil, what do you have to say, buddy? Good
Hey,
to see
two
you.
things. One is if you guys could send me the link for the demo, I'd
I
love
will.
that. And when I was talking to Scott at SPOA, Scott, we were talking about kind of the photographer scheduling side and an app for the photographers that they can, kind of have all the information on their phone. And you said that was something that was in the works. Is it still in the works, or are you not doing it, or is it done?
No,
Kind
it's
of
done.
It's
It's
done,
done.
Neil. Here we go. I got on my phone right now. I know you probably can't see it very well, but there's the actual sessions that my daughter is photographing.
But inside of each session, it's got the whole
All the
Inside.
detail.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can go
all the
everywhere
details,
from
all the equipment, all the times, all the whatever information we need.
Yeah.
everything. Yep.
Great. And then does it have, I'm going to say a word, I'm not sure what it means, an open API? Because right now
Yes.
we've got a
Yes.
number of systems that all talk through
Yeah.
the API. So they're different, but they all hang together beautifully. So
Yeah, it's all open.
It is.
it is great. Great. Yeah. So if you could send me the link to sign up, I'd love to
Neil,
see the
I'll
link.
get that off to you first thing tomorrow morning and
Great.
book a time and looking forward to seeing you out there.
And I'll
Yeah, as
do a
always.
little kudos to the IT guys. So the app has the schedule. It also has timekeeping
It does.
and
Oh, yeah.
geolocating for all of the staff. They just put in a cool thing where if you want to pay them by mileage, they can punch in and it'll track their miles with the geolocator. So there's no
cool.
budget on mileage anymore.
Yeah. So I've got 4 people coming with me. If you mention mileage, I may have to take you out back. So we don't
Okay.
talk about mileage at our studio.
Don't talk about mileage when Neil's around. Okay.
Thank you.
Got it. Alex asked, is this related to CRM? CRM is a really wide-ranging term. So yes, we view this as a complete CRM. It allows you to keep track of everything that's going on in your school. It allows you to take notes as far as people that have called, questions along the way, everything like that. The development of it to take it to something that's Salesforce-like, and obviously I'm not saying we're up to Salesforce level, but I did have a client earlier this week say to me, where were you guys 4 years ago before we invested $500,000 in Salesforce integrations? And although we'd love to get paid $500,000, our prices are a lot less expensive than that. So, Alex, I hope that kind of answers the question. We do have elements of it existing today with work with task management workflow that can be utilized for targeting potential accounts, as well as you have different stages of how you control your organizations to utilize it as a CRM. If you're viewing CRM as chasing potential, versus answering calls and customer service and maintaining data. It does both of that, and we're continuing to make that better. Inbound sales. So I hope I answered that question, Alex. I see you've stipulated on it. Yes, we do have, we think we can even make this better, and we're working on that this spring. So come talk to us as far as how you visualize it, because that's where we're going to get the feedback.
There's the
All right.
contract management in there as well. I know that was
Yeah,
something I
well,
was
that's one of the
excited about
things
that stuff.
we're eager to show everybody. We've got full e-signing capability along with file storage and file sharing with your schools or your organizations. All that's included in it. Nathan, excited with the integration. Thanks, Nathan. We're excited as well. And I know you've got a time booked, whatchamacallit, at the SPAC next week. Difference between tiers.
That sounds like a
I'm
booth question.
That sounds like a booth question. If you're talking about pricing, it's based on users, as far as internal users. And I'd be happy to go into more detail with you, Alex, once we're back next week. Make sure to
It
book a time.
doesn't start at $500,000 though.
It does not start at $500,000, but that same customer looked at it and said, "You can do everything that we paid that $500,000 to do." So maybe, Scott, it's time for us to raise our prices. What does the audience think?
I mean, and if y'all are starting at $500,000,
Yes. Raise them.
I'm looking for a job. Can I come? Y'all need some help?
Brad doesn't
That sounds
think
like
so.
some decent. That sounds like some decent
Yeah.
commission.
Exactly. All right, everybody. It looks like the questions have quieted down. I know everybody's as excited I always get this funny mix between people who love Vegas, I'm one of those, and people who don't like Vegas.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you. Okay. And I love Vegas, so I'm more than excited. Oh, yeah, I see a bunch that hate it. And oh yeah, Alex telling me he doesn't know the cost, but it's too expensive. So there we go. So I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys live and in person, not virtually, next week. And thank you very much for attending. As I said, tomorrow I will send everybody that's on the list a invite for any kind of for a demo at our demo suite. I'll also send a link to review if you want to listen to the melodious sounds of our voices again. And looking forward to
Yes,
seeing you.
our dulcet tones.
Our dulcet tones, exactly.
Boy, I gotta go.
Bye, Tim.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
See
Thanks
y'all
for
next
coming.
week.
Awesome.
All right. See you
Bye,
next week.
everyone.
Amazing.